I'm going to try and show you several examples of hitting the middle and hitting the one-on-one. Okay, now some of these are deeper, some of these are rip throw. The safety you can see is inside the hash. Post snap, is he inside the hash is what we've got to determine. He is. Okay, so what that means is the quarterback's going to work weak. And so he throws this, we get a little bit of a stem. We would rather him throw it earlier than this. He waits a little while, but it's a back shoulder throw, and he's just throwing it outside. Now, that's a good receiver, and he can adjust to the ball, but it's a simple concept. I'm going to show you a ton of these. Now, this is a really good throw. Not every quarterback I've coached can make this throw, but it's the same principle, okay? Their safeties are over. You see this a lot with odd quarters teams. This is an even front team, but they're doing the same thing. They've already brought a guy over. So the safety is definitely in the middle of the field. I'm going to work weak. So he stems, throw it back shoulder. Notice how the receiver is looking by around 8 yards, and don't slow down. Now look, the physics of it, they're going to slow down when they look back. You have to. But the emphasis we're saying is don't slow down. We're telling them you can't slow down. And that keeps him running, because what the tendency is when I look back, I immediately throttle down and the corner just sits on it. Okay? We want to be looking, but still trying to maintain full speed as much as we can. And so he makes a really good throw, and we score on the back shoulder. Now, if you really want to influence a guy, really turn and run with you, one of the things you can do, I'll show you in a second, is double move the back shoulder throw. Here's an example just to show you of how you got to be able to hit this in rhythm. So it looks pre-snap like we're cloud. We got an outside leverage corner. This guy's outside the hash. Is he going to stay outside the hash post-snap? I've got to confirm. Okay, so I look off. He does. It's a definite cloud look into the boundary. So number 3 receiver is also reading that guy. The middle opens up, and it's uncapped, and we get the ball to him. Okay, so very simple read. If you go to the field, to the strong side, you've got a route right in front of your eyes if it gets cloudy, and you've got a 5-yard in that's breaking in. That's another great outlet route. And that's just a good concept straight up to run on one side without even keying the weak safety. But keying the weak safety lets us accelerate the read. Okay, here's a double move example. You can really get a corner, even if he's pretty good, get his eyes turned and running. If you hitch and go and still throw it back shoulder. You can see here, even though we get pressure, he kind of hitch and goes, and that guy's now really sprinting and expects it to be a deep ball, and then you go ahead and throw it back shoulder. You can also see at the top an example of him having a cross face. Okay, so that guy comes to me, or he's already over me, then I'm going to cross face. Now, one of the things that we have done and will do, you can mess around with this. You can also just have this guy, as he pushes up, he could also dig this and even hunt grass. All right, and that's why what this really is the old run and shoot choice concept, if you're familiar with that at all. That's really what it is. And so